At the unveiling of the paddy rice pyramids in Nigeria's Federal Capital Territory, Central Bank Governor Godwin Emefiele hailed the hard work and sacrifice of Nigeria's smallholder farmers, despite the challenges of insecurity that have impacted their output.
Your Excellency, sir, permit me to commend our Nigerian smallholder farmers once again, and the leadership of the various commodity associations for their diligence, for their bravery, patriotism, and adaptability. The past few years, Your Excellency, have been quite challenging for these people as they have battled with insurgency, banditry, lockdowns, and other related setbacks. Indeed, we lost some of our farmers to insurgency attacks nationwide, whilst some could not access their farms for several months. Yet, they kept faith. They did not give up. They persevered. They did not abandon our fight for food self-sufficiency. Today's event, therefore, is a celebration of their doggedness and an appreciation of their commitment to food security in Nigeria.
Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu joins us now to discuss further. Chika, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. We had you a day before the unveiling of the rice paddy. You broke down the entire rice value chain and the agricultural value chain. I wanted to get your thoughts on, I guess, what the Central Bank Governor said about the sacrifices made by smallholder farmers in this country.
We've spoken several times about the effect of insecurity on the food value chain for our country. And the fact that even at the time, remember in this country at the time, the news was that if the farmers had to pay some ransom money before they could be allowed to go to their farms, and then even to harvest again, they had to also pay some ransom money. And as the CBN governor has said also, a lot of them lost their lives in this frontier to make sure that there was food in the Nigerian table. And it's funny because at the program that everybody was hailing, praising the governors, praising everybody, the president and president, the CBN governor, but the smallholder farmer who is critical for the Anchor Borrow program to succeed, really did the accolades, reach them. And so it was right that the CBN governor, acknowledged their sacrifices and commitment towards the cause of providing food for Nigerians.
Fantastic, thank you. Now, Chika, to another topic, you've talked about agriculture a lot, aviation, but subsidy, Chika, this is a very... Anyway, let me get your take on what the Senate President said.
It is cacophony, if I speak that big English, the confusion, the multiplicity of opinions and statements from different individuals who belong to the same government. Who've been here that when, I'm trying to remember his name now, the special advisor to the president came around and spoke about supposedly the president's mind on subsidy. Yeah. That subsidy is not, doesn't allow for the fair allocation of resources. And it's important that the subsidy is taken away so that there be a fair allocation of resources. And the resources are tied down, as you have pointed out in your lead, about $63 billion in the last 10 years. You can imagine that amount of money.
Huge.
And then so you ask yourself, $63 billion in the last 10 years, who that one helped? Who has he helped? Who has subsidy helped really? And see, I have said several times in this program that there's a gap between the citizens of the country and the government. There's a mistrust of what they will do with the subsidies withdrawn. And Senator Lawan is an interesting personality. He was the person who presided over the signing of the PIA, Petroleum Industry Act. He was the person who presided over the approval of the budget, where the budget, there's provision made only for half year.
Right.
For subsidy. He did all these things. And then he's now speaking from the other side of his mouth. Because this is election year, he says gone back to his constituents, and the constituents have said this. So the issue is that are the poor in this country, the bottom of the pyramid means, actually profiting, from the subsidy in this country. Most of the parameters have still showed us that is not happening.
Right.
He himself, Dr. Lawan, thought about it, that how are we consuming 100 million liters a day?
Right.
So everybody knows that we're not consuming that. Everybody knows that presidential advisor came in and said that the other economies in surrounding countries in Nigeria who don't have the same kind of economies that we have, even their minimum wage lower than ours, are buying the petrol at more than 400 naira per liter.
Right.
And Nigeria here is selling at 160 something per liter.
Exactly.
See, even if you, I keep saying, even if you line up armored tanks and F-16s and everything on the border,
to still find a way to.
the money is sweet.
Yeah.
The disparity, the premium between 160, 63 or 165 and 400 will even make the angels succumb. And so, talking about custom, security agencies, I mean, everybody will help themselves. They're helping themselves. Right. You saw what happened in the River State, where the governors talked about the fact that even one security person is involved in the in the bunkering and illegal refineries and whatever, because the money is sweet. The subsidies worldwide do not make for proper allocation of resources. Subsidies will not help continue to help our economy. The fact that we spent $10 billion in the last 10 years, it's $3 billion in the last 10 years, and nothing has changed, tells us that. But having said that, everybody is saying that the refineries must work. So because literally maybe they're not a country that doesn't have local refining of the products. Yeah. But you see also, when the government decided to fix the refineries, what happened? A lot of people also said that that's waste of money. Now Labour is saying that when the refineries are fixed, and we do local refining,
right,
you cannot remove subsidy. But the whole economy is suffering. The resources being tied in this subsidy should have been applied to other sectors of the economy and make life easier for the citizens of this country. But again, as I said, it is that mistrust between the citizens of the country and the government, whether no matter the political party, and that has been the major problem.
Chika, just less than a minute to go. Is this now the headache of the next administration in 2023?
Because I mean, Dr. Lawan has told you that now. Will you go back to he's going to campaign for re-election? Right. Will you go back, remove subsidy, and go back and say you want to? It's not possible now. It's going to be difficult. But I said this to you
yes,
this program last year when you asked me, it's going to be possible this year, and I said it's going to be difficult because the president will not want us, no matter how nationalistic he wants to be, he doesn't want to be the person that made his party lose an election.
Interesting times.
Yeah, interesting times. Interesting country too.
Yeah, very interesting country, and we're glad we have you to analyze it. Arise Business Analyst Chika Mbonu. Chika, thank you for joining us. Appreciate your time.